Welcome back to the show. If you did not already know, Jonathan Turk is ISU's GSB President-elect. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, first off, head honcho, how's it feel, man?
It's nice. It's been a long time coming. Started wanting to get involved with GSB my freshman year and got involved right with the court and then spent 2 years on Senate, so finally paid off.
That's good. All right. So you received 53% of the vote. According to my calculations, that's 14 out of 22 people voted, so that's good, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Really though, so why is there such a reluctance on the part of students to vote?
I don't know. I think it's a combination of things, really. I think we in the student government are not doing a very good job of really getting the message out to students and just really talking to them about their ability to vote. I guess one thing that we want to do and something that I've been working on in my administration is we have what's called the Election Commission. That's appointed by the president. Typically, they do most of the work in the spring semester, and they get appointed basically a month before the election, which is completely ridiculous. This is one position in the student government. When you're appointed, you actually retain that position until you resign or you graduate. So as I'm right now sending out my applications for my executive cabinet, my plan is to go ahead and also apply and get an election commissioner in and actually work with our PR director, our Senate PR committee, and actually start the outreach for voting now. So when we come back in the fall semester, we're going to work on some major educational programs about the student government in addition to getting people's information about how to vote. Besides just working with the Election Commission and overall just student apathy, I guess, we have to give them a reason for wanting to vote in the student government. I mean, every year you heard me talk about it, just like you've heard previous GSBs. You know, what do we want to do? We want to help lower your debt. We want to do X, Y, and Z. We want to improve communication. Well, it's time for us to go ahead and do that, and we're going to start. And we're going to start trying to engage students right away. The joy that I have as being a senator is that I was elected to represent students. I sat there and I met with students. I had committees. I had to do this kind of information. I didn't start out in the executive branch, so I'm going to carry over my senatorial experience and actually be out there. My office will always be open.
All right, so I get the sense talking to some of the students that GSB is kind of like their own little club of people, really just padding their resume. What do you think about that perception?
I don't think there's really much grounds to that one. I'm kind of bothered, I guess, by that statement. Like I said, just from my own experience, I knew before I came to Iowa State University as a freshman that I wanted to be involved in student government. So I took the initiative, looked up on the website, and called the then president, Emily Jensen. Haven't even enrolled in classes yet, and said that I was interested in student government, and she really was instrumental in helping me get involved. I've worked on the student government for 3 years, and I've had multiple people from all different areas on campus get involved, and to say it's padding a resume simply is ridiculous. There's so many other things that I can be doing that aren't 40 hours a week, staying until 3 o'clock in the West doing office space if I'm just trying to pad my resume. Yeah,
so you have 14, you're on 14 committees, and how many credit hours are you taking?
I'm on 14 committees, am I? That's impressive. I'm glad to know that. Right now I'm a double major honors student. I carry about 15 credits. I'll be a teaching assistant next year also, and then I do serve on a variety of different committees within the student government, and then, of course, the president of it.
Well, one thing I kind of wonder is, you know, besides like the daily, like as a student, like I don't see you guys like anywhere like doing anything. If it wasn't for the daily, I probably wouldn't even know what's going on other than like one email I get on like election night.
Sure. Well, I guess my question is, what do you mean by that, I guess? Like, the student government does work for students, and we do have a lot of opportunities to serve students. It's too bad that really the best media source and really the only media source that gets out to students actively every day is the Iowa State Daily, but we are constantly, on a weekly basis, we have representatives from the student government down at the state legislature lobbying to have for increases in higher education funding, as well as different student affairs related issues like the textbook tax rebates. We're currently, I just got out of, last Monday we had our budget balancing meeting, which is our finance committee. Started at 5 o'clock p.m. and ended at 5:35 in the morning, where we got rid of our deficit down to $60,000 and essentially made our recommendations on over 140 different student organizations who requested around $1.3 million of funding. So, like I said, I'll definitely concede the fact that we can be doing more to get our information and get what we're doing out there to the students, but to say that we're not doing anything or we're not really working for students is not there.
All right, with that, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblams, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Welcome back. All right, so a little more questions for Mr. Turk here. So now I gotta ask some of my questions.
Okay.
Have you ever smoked marijuana?
I have not.
He's not.
I have not.
He's not. Too conservative for that.
Card-carrying Republican.
Okay. And so as president, how much money do you guys make for being on that?
How much money do I make
Yes.
on it? Right now it's set up through our bylaws that the president, through what's called our executive compensation, receives reimbursement for all of the tuition expenses, and then the equivalent for the cheapest dorm room on campus, and then the most popular meal plan. So they provide that to you while you do during your term.
So about how much money?
I would guess probably around $14,000–15,000.
Okay. So let's okay, you're on the VISA committee, correct?
I will be.
Or you will
Yep.
be. Okay. So we had Elise Harper on the show. Do you know her? All right.
She actually endorsed our campaign.
Yeah, she's pretty cute, isn't she?
I'm not going to comment.
No comment. All right. So I think maybe we could get a better band. I mean, Trapped. You know, maybe we could turn VISA in like a Midwest Coachella. Maybe get some other things going on.
I'm definitely pro having more cooperation between GSB and VISA. We have a lot of manpower within GSB and a lot of opportunities to be able to help them not only in the funding area, but like I said, just in the manpower area. Having said that, VISA is a multi-million-dollar corporation, so what GSB actually funds it is very low, I believe around only about 5%. But we definitely help them, but it's their own thing. Their entertainment's completely on their end.
All righty. Well, thanks a lot, Turk, for
Absolutely.
coming on the
Appreciate it.
show. Weekly News. We back next? Oh, no, we won't be. Spring break. The week after that, we'll be back. Thanks for watching.